All clear.
My name is Alex Mercer. I'm the reason for all of this. They call me a killer, a monster, a terrorist. I'm all of these things. 3 weeks ago, someone released a lethal virus in Penn Station. I woke up in the morgue. Now I hunt, I kill, I consume, I become. I'm gonna find out who did this to me.
Welcome to Prototype, a game where you play one of the biggest, badass motherfuckers that you could ever imagine. You are a walking death trap. Nothing in this entire universe would even think of standing in your way. And you know what? That's just how I like my open world games. The powers you have in this game are incredibly wicked. The first power allows you to consume the identity of anybody you want in the game. You also get your generic shield, your generic different vision like infrared, and a variety of weapons. Now these weapons, they're all pretty generic. You have your sword, which is awesome. You have your claws, which are awesome. You have your giant fists, which are awesome. And you have a whip fist, which, again, is pretty damn awesome. But if you don't really like all the melee combat, you do have a little bit more variety. When you take down an enemy, you can actually choose whether or not to pick up their gun. If that's the kind of violence you like, go for it. They gave you every little bit of violence you can imagine. Also, just the main movement in the game is very addicting. All you have to do is hold down one button, and nothing in the environment can stand between you and your destination. You glide through the air like a flying squirrel. It's really actually quite majestic. A little part of the game that's kind of broken, however, is the sneak mode. The AI is a little too dumb for it to be really all that satisfying. You just walk up to somebody, press a button, and poof, they're gone, nice and silent, and nobody knows. But when you do gather somebody, you unlock certain things like the ability to enter a fort, or the ability to use a freaking airstrike. Nothing is more satisfying than taking over a building's commander, evading all that building's soldiers, jumping on top of a building, and then making them shoot themselves in the ass with their own freaking airstrike. It's just music. If that's not really the way you like to play though, don't worry, you can grab any vehicle in this game. It's mostly just tanks, with a few armored cars. Well, okay, you can't grab any vehicle. You can only grab the military vehicles, which my first time playing through kind of pissed me off because I wanted to drive a bus. But that's just me. Anyway, when you grab the tank, you are just as unstoppable as when you're yourself. Which is kind of weird. You also have a lot of different side missions. The lamest one being the glide, where it's pretty much like a carnival fun game. It's really quite lame. But you do have some good ones, like time attack or kill as many people in the time limit as you can. The single greatest part of this game, however, is definitely the Devastators. They're your kind of final, kill everybody you can type of attack. When you're surrounded by lots of enemies, you can unleash one of these and just clear them out. Seriously, it's like dropping a nuke on them. It's so beautiful to watch. I don't know if I'm sick or wrong, but you know, that kind of gore just, it does something to you. I also really like the unique way they choose to allow you to decide whether or not you want to progress with the story. You do have to go through the main mission, you have to go through all those cutscenes, but it's up to you whether or not you want to dig deep into the universe. You can decide whether to just leave it at the main story, or go hunt down certain targets, absorb them, and learn their memories. By doing this, you unlock certain parts of the conspiracy that you never would by just the main story mode. They call this mode the Web of Intrigue because all the different people are interconnected, and it's very intriguing. One really bad part about this game, however, is the voice acting. Some of it's good. I don't really mind this chick, she's alright. But Alex Mercer's line here, it blows. Just listen.
Get into one of those areas and draw McMullen in.
McMullen is the key to all of this.
Thanks, Tips. Way to fucking help. Also, the map you got here is pretty annoying. You can never really tell where you are or what you want to do, especially if you have a standard definition TV. It gets really annoying. But the single most annoying part in this game is the repetitive character models, especially with vehicles. Look at this. Taxis as far as the eye can see. I know it's supposed to be Manhattan, but seriously? I can count right now that there's about 8 taxis on the screen. I know there's 2 different shapes of taxis, but I don't call that variety. I'll call that lazy ass shit. But that's enough bitching. The best part about this game is just how it makes you feel like a badass. Throwing around cars, or just running your way through a crowd of innocent bystanders. You know, whatever gets you hard. Personally, this is what I like to do. Just run through, jump over obstacles, push people out of your way. That's why I buy games. Anyway, that's Prototype. It's my idea of Prototype. And if you don't rent or buy this game, you're really missing out on one of the greatest things video games have had to offer.